Okay, let's have a look at the super detailed one. There's a block of 3. Notice that this one has had this little part snapped off at the end there. So we're just going to use that as an example of what can happen if you just saw the whole thing off. Okay, we've sawn that one completely off. And of course, this time it didn't happen. But what can happen is that you can end up taking off these components in there. So once you've got it off, then we're going to use the cleanup method again. Now the walls on the center ones are very fragile. So I find nip these areas. Very sharp scalpel or hobby knife works well in this area to take those little ones out. Right, if you have a look here, you can see down into it. Those walls in there are pretty thin to get that scale thickness. So we're just going to whittle this down slowly. You really want to be cutting it as opposed to breaking it. You can actually take a little bit more with the nippers. If you're using nippers, go very, very slowly and tiny, tiny bits. You take a big bite, will almost certainly cut or break off that side wall. And this will be time consuming, but you've got to get this right. Might come back to that in a minute. I'll show the other way of doing it. Just to actually cut that centerpiece out while it's on here. Resin dust. Remember, the resin dust, not good for you. Okay, so in this case, what we're going to do here is going to, first of all, take those pieces out here. So we can see what we're doing. Already are. down the bottom there. So as you can see, because it's still on the block, these ends are holding this while you're slowly removing this, whittling this part down. And that gives you much better control on it than when it's off the sprue and in your hand. Well, off the support, not sprue. Right, so I'm going through here to the other side. So these super detailed BRU-56s are super accurate because they were made from the 1-to-1 scale plans. So what we did was we were able to obtain those, and then we built them from that and scaled it down. If you're like me, you're going to need Optivisor, something to see while you're doing this. Almost finished that side. Alright, so let's see. You can see we're able to get right in underneath that there on this side of it. Getting through to the other side is a little bit harder because the part's in the way. If it's not entirely perfect, don't worry too much, because that is the underside, and you will be able to see that once it's fixed to the BRU. Sorry, to the center unit of the pylon of the CRL. Let's have a look. Yes, that doesn't seem too bad. All of this stuff is through to the next part. Okay. So what I want to do here now is these parts in here, the actual piston that's slightly down in that little hole-ish there, is fine if you just hit those with the end of the blade gently. That will loosen those so they don't snap off. Okay, now we can get the rest of these bits out of here. These ones here are good to get right at the bottom at this end. Okay, so right in there we've taken those off. Nip these. breaking that tension with the nippers, but again, down low, not up near the top of the part. Same at this end. Nip there. Come in on the top. Top there. Right, now let's saw these side parts. If we're lucky, don't nip. Pylon part. There we have it. Right, now very, very carefully come and clean these bits up. Make sure your knife is very sharp for this. And obviously don't slice your fingers. Okay, that end's done there. A bit of clean up along that edge there. And there we have it. Right, let's have a look at what we got. Stickers, come on. Alright, so there's the part. And it will just plop right in. There we go, let's put that one in. ones in from earlier. There you go, so it's fallen out, but that juicy detail in there. So there you go, guys. That is how you deal with the BRUs, getting them off their sprues and getting them into the kit, into the set. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. A bit long, but I think if it helps you get them off without having any breakages or anything like that, it's probably worth it. All right, thanks, guys.